Now, the US National Security Agency is using voice recognition software to spy on people and detect their locations. That's according to declassified documents obtained by the media. Jacqueline Vuga picks up the story.
Solely based on the sound of my voice, there isn't much you can gather about my identity. Sure, you can tell that I'm female, and based on my accent, you can assume that I'm American. And that's more or less it. The NSA, however, could do a lot more, easily using my voice to identify who I am, what language I'm speaking, my gender, and my dialect. According to classified documents from the Snowden archive, the NSA has been developing technology to identify a speaker using just their voice for years.
When SIGINT transcribers work the same target set for a long time, they sometimes can identify a certain individual in recorded conversations just by the sound of his voice and by his unique way of speaking. This process was traditionally known as voice identification. Now, rapidly improving technology is available that can do the same job mathematically.
The technology works by analyzing your voice's unique features to create an individual voice print. And once the NSA has that, a single speaker can be almost instantaneously pinpointed, even among massive databases. Now, in 2016 alone, the NSA hoarded more than 151 million records of Americans' phone calls, and that was after their bulk collection abilities were limited by Congress. So there's no telling how many voice prints they could have at their disposal. And theoretically, a person could be instantly located and tracked down as long as a microphone is somewhere nearby. And as Edward Snowden pointed out, there's almost no escaping mics these days.
I don't think anybody would argue that the police should chase terrorists or paedophiles, but we're not talking about just targeted surveillance. What we're talking about is everybody. Everything, every piece of data by everybody being collected and scanned by software for anything that looks deviant. And they could start targeting people involved in very legitimate things like demonstrations, strikes, even people who vote for the wrong way as far as the American government is concerned.
Another fear is that speaker recognition could end up discouraging people from speaking out. It has the potential to unmask anonymous sources or track journalists or whistleblowers. And according to The Intercept, this technology isn't only in American hands either. It looks like Interpol, the European Union, and China have their own version as well, among others. So you can run, but you definitely cannot hide.
Well, from collecting information to losing it, the US federal court has revealed now that the NSA deleted data connected to illegal wiretapping carried out by the George W. Bush administration. The agency responded, saying that the data was removed to simply free up space on its hard drives.
The presidential surveillance program Internet Content Data matched criteria that were broadly used to delete data of a certain type in response to mission requirements to free up space and improve performance of the backup system.
The data in question was controversially collected from just after the 9/11 tragedy until 2007. It was initially ordered by the court to be preserved for further examination, but has now been erased along with the backup tapes. The information was deemed important to a number of pending lawsuits. Well, a former NSA director and whistleblower we spoke to does say that this sort of data tends to disappear far too often.
It's a way of covering your backside, so that when the investigations start and they just can't let that data be exposed, that's all. It's just more evidence of their criminal activity. The Department of Defense Inspector General did the same thing with material against whistleblowers. Even when the whistleblowers were in a court under criminal accusation and criminal trial, they destroyed evidence. And it was only because it was exculpatory and they didn't want that out. So, no, this is all deliberate. Even when they lie in front of Congress, or to the people of the United States, or even to the president or any of the cabinet heads, it doesn't seem to matter. And there's no accountability here. The intelligence community has so much power. I mean, even Senator Schumer told President Trump that he shouldn't be attacking the intelligence community because they've got 6 ways to Sunday to get back at you. And these are the ways they do it.